Chosen one, if you're seeing this video, know that it's not by accident. God has led you here for a reason. Something enormous, powerful, and life-changing is stirring inside you, and it will not let you rest tonight or any night until it fully manifests. Tonight is not an ordinary night. This is a divine moment of spiritual awakening and transformation. That restless energy, you feel the burning in your chest, the racing thoughts, the inability to find peace, that is God preparing you for a shift so profound that your entire life will be changed forever. The things you've been praying for, hoping, and waiting on, they are no longer distant wishes or far-off dreams. They are now moving into your reality, faster and stronger than ever before. This isn't just a change in mindset. It is a full spiritual and energetic shift, and it demands your full attention. God won't let you sleep because He wants you awake, fully conscious, and ready to receive His blessings. The weight of this moment is heavy, and if you're not ready, the process may slow down or even stall. But if you step into it with faith and courage, everything you desire will begin to fall into place in ways you never imagined before. We continue. I need you to do 3 things right now. Hit that like button, honor this sacred moment, and let the universe know you're ready. Subscribe to this channel. We're on a mission to reach 1,000 awakened souls, and your support is key. And finally, leaves a comment with the number 99. This powerful number sends a cosmic signal, amplifying the energy around you and the message you're about to receive. If you are truly a chosen one, you will watch this video until the very end. Deep down, your spirit already knows this message is meant for you. If you feel the urge to turn away, it's because you're not yet ready to receive this truth, and that's okay. But if you stay, I promise you, your life will never be the same again. So get ready. Prepare yourself mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. This night will mark a new beginning for you. Now, let's dive deep. The time is now. Tonight is not just another evening slipping by unnoticed. It is a divinely orchestrated moment where every element, time, space, and spirit aligns perfectly for a profound transformation. Think of it as a celestial symphony conducted by God Himself, where every note is placed precisely to awaken your soul. This is a night that carries immense power, designed to break old patterns and birth new realities in your life. It's rare, it's sacred, and it's happening right now. Imagine the universe pausing, holding its breath, waiting for you to step into your destiny. This alignment is not accidental. It's carefully planned by a higher power that sees your potential beyond what you can currently imagine. The stars, the energies, and even your deepest desires are converging to create an opening, a doorway that you must walk through. Missing this opportunity means missing a life-altering blessing, one that may not come again. This night calls for your full attention and absolute readiness. It demands that you let go of all distractions and tune into the divine frequency vibrating in the air. Feel the sacredness around you. It's thick with possibility, charged with hope, and alive with miracles waiting to unfold. Tonight is not just a moment in time. It's a turning point in your story, a divine pivot in the grand tapestry of your soul's journey. Have you noticed the restlessness creeping in, the inability to find peace, even in sleep? This isn't a coincidence. It's a divine signal. God is gently yet insistently shaking your world, saying you cannot rest until you say yes to the destiny I have prepared for you. This spiritual unrest is a sacred nudge, urging you to awaken to the higher calling that awaits beyond the comfort of the familiar. Sometimes, God's wake-up calls are uncomfortable. They disturb your routines and unsettle the rhythms you've grown used to. But remember, this restlessness is not a punishment, it is preparation. The sleeplessness you experience is like the silent forging of steel in fire. You are being refined, shaped, and empowered to step into a purpose so grand It will eclipse every doubt and fear you've ever known. Resisting this call only prolongs the struggle, but when you open your heart and embrace this divine invitation, you align yourself with a force far greater than you could imagine. Suddenly, the restless nights make sense. They become holy moments, sacred hours where your spirit is being activated, your faith tested, and your courage born. God will not let you sleep because He is ready to move through you. That persistent insomnia, the racing thoughts, the tightness in your chest, these are more than physical disturbances. They are divine signs that a deep spiritual transformation is underway. Your soul is stirring from a long slumber, emerging into a new phase of consciousness and calling. It's as if God is whispering directly into your heart, now is the time to rise. Restlessness is often misunderstood as weakness, anxiety, or stress. But in this divine context, it's a sacred invitation. It signals that your spirit is being stirred, called to grow beyond old limitations. This internal upheaval may feel unsettling because it is tearing down outdated beliefs, emotional blocks, and spiritual barriers that have kept you small. The discomfort is temporary. The growth is eternal. Countless spiritual traditions teach us that before great breakthroughs, there comes a season of unease and surrender. Moses spent 40 days in the wilderness. Jesus fasted and prayed in solitude. Tonight, your sleeplessness is part of that same transformative process. You are shedding your old self, preparing to be reborn into a life filled with purpose, power, and divine favor. Transformation rarely comes wrapped in comfort. Often, the most significant shifts in life require a period of disruption, a spiritual conversion that shakes you to your core. Tonight is one of those nights. You may feel discomfort, physical tension, or emotional turbulence, but these sensations are not signs of failure. They are sacred indicators that a profound inner metamorphosis is taking place. Think of a caterpillar. Inside its cocoon, during that silent phase, it undergoes complete dissolution before it emerges as a butterfly. Your soul is undergoing a similar transformation. The pain and unease you're experiencing are the breaking down of old structures, clearing the path for new spiritual heights and blessings to take root. This night is about purging what no longer serves you, making room for divine abundance. Though the process is challenging, it is a blessing disguised as struggle. When you surrender to it with faith and courage, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with God's purpose. The discomfort is temporary, but the transformation is forever. It is setting you on a trajectory toward the destiny that has always been written for you. Tonight, a surge of divine spiritual energy is flooding your entire being. This isn't just a passing emotion or gentle breeze. It's a roaring river of holy fire flowing directly into the core of your soul. You may feel physical sensations, heat rising, tingling through your limbs, waves of emotion swelling from within. These are not random. They are God's fingerprints, unmistakably marking your transformation, purifying and awakening every part of which you are. This energy is breaking down every barrier that has held you captive, old fears, lingering doubts, and limiting beliefs. It is making space for new life, new strength, and divine purpose. This kind of energy doesn't just skim the surface, it penetrates deep into your spirit, reshaping your thoughts, rewiring your emotions, and realigning your heart with divine will. Picture a blacksmith forging metal in blazing fire. Only through intense heat and pressure does that metal become strong, sharp, and useful. That's exactly what's happening within you. The spiritual fire is purifying your intentions, burning away anything that doesn't align with God's perfect plan. It's preparing you for a future overflowing with blessings and fortified by unshakable faith. Embracing this overwhelming energy is vital. Resisting or fearing it will only prolong the pain. Instead, surrender fully to the flow, knowing that this is a sacred cleansing. When you allow this divine force to transform you at your core, You will begin to radiate light in every area of your life. Your relationships will flourish. Your work will gain clarity, your health will be renewed, and your faith will blaze brighter than ever before. You will stand stronger, walk taller, and move forward knowing that God's power is living in you. Like never before, tonight is fertile ground for miracles. Your declarations, your prayers, and your faith have the power to manifest tangible blessings in your life. This is not wishful thinking or hollow hope. It is divine law in motion, whatever you earnestly desire, whether it's financial, prosperity, healing from illness, restored youth, or spiritual breakthroughs. God is ready to release these blessings in ways beyond your current imagination. Remember, God's timing may differ from yours, but His promises are certain. What you plant tonight will grow into a harvest of miracles. Reflect on the stories of faith throughout history, moments when divine timing collided with belief and the miraculous unfolded. Like the widow whose oil never ran dry, the blind man whose sight was restored, or Joseph who was elevated from prison to palace overnight, these testimonies reveal that God's blessings are not confined by human logic. They arrive suddenly, powerfully, and always at the perfect moment. Tonight, your faith acts as a magnet, drawing miracles that defy reason. Be bold, declare your needs, and believe in the supernatural shift taking place. Even if the full manifestation isn't immediate, trust that the process has already begun. The spiritual seeds planted in this sacred hour will germinate and bear fruit. Your breakthrough in finances, health, or renewed vitality may begin subtly, like a whisper in the wind, but soon you'll witness undeniable proof that God's hand is moving on your behalf. Hold firm to your faith. These blessings are not just generous gifts, they are your divine birthright. If you've been worn down by illness, age, or emotional exhaustion, know this tonight brings a sacred promise of restoration and renewal. God's healing power doesn't stop at the physical, it's complete, touching your mind, body, and spirit, all at once. Imagine a healing so profound, it reverses the damage of years, rejuvenates your energy, and fills you with a vitality you thought was lost forever. This healing defies natural law. It is a supernatural gift flowing directly from the heart of God. For some, it will feel like youth-restored skin regaining its glow, strength returning to weary limbs, clarity lighting up the mind. For others, it may be a revival of passion, energy, and intimate vitality, forces often dimmed by time, stress, or trials. God desires to make you whole again, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. This renewal will make you feel alive, vibrant, and powerful in ways you've never imagined. Beyond the body, tonight offers healing for broken dreams and wounded hearts. Many walk through life carrying unseen scars, regret, shame, heartbreak. But this night, the spiritual energy moving around and through you holds the power to mend those wounds. It can lift the weight you've carried for years, replace sorrow with joy, and restore hope where it was once lost. You no longer have to bear your burdens alone. God is ready to heal, renew, and empower you completely. What you're experiencing tonight is not only personal transformation, it is preparation. God is equipping you for a destiny far greater than yourself. He is not just restoring your life for your sake, but readying you to fulfill a divine mission, one that will patterns, release outdated fears, and shed every false identity that has kept you small. Tonight is not about simply surviving your restlessness, it's about awakening to your divine potential. The discomfort is sacred. It signals that the old version of you is being stripped away, making room for a rebirth into strength, purpose, and divine alignment. The ripples of your transformation will extend far beyond your own life. This awakening is a sacred training ground. You are being forged into a vessel of power and light, an instrument of lasting change. Your spiritual fire is preparing you to lead, to heal, and to inspire. Your family, your community, even generations not yet born will feel the impact of what begins tonight. History is shaped by those who surrender to the process, who endure the fire to emerge forged in faith and purpose. Consider those before you. Moses wandered through the wilderness before leading a nation. David suffered trial after trial before ascending the throne. Their suffering wasn't pointless, it was preparation. Just like them, you are being refined through every sleepless night, every emotional upheaval, and every moment of divine discomfort. This is not punishment. It's an honor. It means God sees your strength, your courage, and your unwavering potential to carry out His will on earth. The changes happening inside you tonight are not temporary, they are eternal. They are laying the foundation for a legacy of victory, influence, and divine favor. Your mission is waiting, you are being prepared, and the world desperately needs the light only you can bring. The urgency pulsing through your spirit right now is no accident. God is extending a sacred invitation, one that cannot be postponed or ignored. This is not just a call. It's a moment of divine alignment that demands your full attention and immediate response. To turn away now is to miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for radical transformation. You may never again feel this level of clarity, intensity, or spiritual momentum. This invitation is urgent because the spiritual window is open only briefly. Life will always try to distract you with noise, pressure, and endless busyness. But tonight, tune all of that out. Quiet the world and listen to the still, small voice calling you higher. This is your moment to step out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. Think about how many times we regret missed opportunities, moments when fear won over faith, when comfort silenced courage. Do not let this be one of those times. Say yes. Say yes to the future. God is placing in your hands a future overflowing with hope, restoration, abundance, and unstoppable favor. To ignore this call is to choose a lesser path. But if you answer it boldly and without hesitation, you position yourself to receive blessings that will not only transform your life, but overflow into the lives of everyone you touch. This is a divine invitation. You cannot afford to decline it. Your time is now. Tonight's sleeplessness is not a curse. It is holy. It is sacred. It is the fire of transformation burning away what no longer belongs. When your body resists rest and your mind buzzes with electric energy, know this: God is working within you. This unrest is not chaos, it's a spiritual gateway. You are standing at the threshold between whom you were and who you're meant to become. The discomfort you feel is not without purpose. It is the price of growth. It is the ache before the breakthrough, the tension before the transformation. Just as the caterpillar must endure darkness, isolation, and struggle in the cocoon to become a butterfly, you too must pass through this divine discomfort to emerge renewed. So tonight, surrender. Let go of what has passed. Release what no longer serves you. Trust the process, even when it burns. Embrace the fire, because on the other side of it is your true self, strong, radiant, and unstoppable. This is your moment of divine becoming, and it starts now. That not everyone around you will understand or support your transformation. That's okay. Spiritual growth often creates distance between whom you were and who you're becoming. Some people are attached to the older version of you, the one who stayed small, quiet, safe. But tonight, that version is dissolving. You're not here to play it small. You're here to rise. Patterns that once comforted you must now be broken. Release the need to control, the fear of what's next, and the illusion of safety in the known. Let God stretch you. Let Him reroute your path. The restlessness you feel is holy. It is your spirit expanding beyond limitation. It is God saying, I have more for you, and the only thing required of you now is one word: yes. Do not fight the urge to stay awake, Do not crave sleep too quickly. Instead, lean fully into this divine discomfort. Let it awaken you. Feel your soul stretching in ways it never has before. Embracing sleeplessness is embracing God's timing, trusting that the racing thoughts, the surging energy, and the tears that come out of nowhere are part of His orchestration for your elevation. Every moment you remain present, awake, aware, surrendered, you're stepping closer to a new reality. This isn't just another evening, it's a holy threshold. And how deeply you are changed depends on your willingness to stay open and fully present. The most critical moment of your journey is now the moment you say yes to God's plan. But saying yes isn't just a whisper in prayer, it's a spiritual surrender. It's a bold declaration that says, I choose courage over comfort, I choose faith over fear, I choose purpose over familiarity. That yes is the key. It unlocks divine favor, breakthrough, and blessings that have been waiting for your readiness. Heaven moves when you say yes. Don't hesitate. Don't let doubt rob you. The greatest transformations in Scripture began with simple obedience. Mary said yes to bear the Messiah. Abraham said yes to leave everything he knew, and because they said yes, heaven touched earth. Now, it's your turn. Join that lineage of faith. When you say yes, your entire destiny realigns. Doors open, paths clear, and miracles unfold that defy logic. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Say yes now and watch what happens. The floodgates of blessing, healing, favor, and divine clarity are waiting for your agreement. Transformation rarely feels easy, but it is always worth it. Tonight is your divine rehearsal. Everything, your restlessness, your tingling sensations, your sudden clarity, it's all proof that you're being peeled open, layer by layer, revealing the powerful soul within. This moment will feel disorienting. That's okay. Real growth always does. But your willingness to walk into the unknown, to step out in faith, is preparing you to live a life filled with peace, abundance, and divine alignment. This is not a loss, it's a shedding. A seed can't bloom unless it breaks open. And tonight your spiritual shell is cracking wide, preparing to burst into purpose. Let go of what you've outgrown. Step boldly into the unknown. Say yes to the divine transformation, because from this moment on, your life will never be the same. The veil between the physical and spiritual becomes thinner. The midnight hour carries a sacred weight and ancient power recognized across generations and cultures. It's a time when prayers rise louder, revelations come sharper, and breakthroughs manifest quicker. In this holy hour, heaven leans in, listening closely, ready to respond to the cries of the faithful. If you've been led here tonight, it's because something extraordinary is being written in the unseen. This transformation won't touch just one part of your life, it will ripple into every corner. Your relationships will shift, your career path will realign, your health may be renewed, and even your self-image, how you see yourself, will be rewritten. This is not a minor adjustment. It is a full-scale divine renewal, one that may challenge your current identity and push you to grow beyond the limits you've unconsciously set for yourself. Embrace this shift with an open heart. On the other side of this discomfort lies a life soaked in divine purpose, radiant joy, and soul-deep fulfillment. But tonight isn't just symbolic, it carries a sacred deadline. This moment is a spiritual tipping point where your decision can dramatically alter the trajectory of your future. This isn't poetic metaphor, it's divine truth. God has aligned every star, every second, and every heartbeat to bring you here, to this very threshold. How you respond in this moment matters. It will either launch you into your destiny or usher in delay seasons of wandering and waiting that could have been avoided. Just like a runner in the starting blocks hearing the final countdown, the signal to run has already begun echoing in your spirit. The race is about to start. Are you ready? The opportunity to break free from old patterns, to receive supernatural healing, wealth, wisdom, or spiritual power is now. Postponing your yes may cost you the momentum and favor God is eager to release. Divine opportunities are not endless. They come in appointed windows. History is full of those who hesitated, who let fear speak louder than faith, and missed their moment. Don't be one of them. This is your make or break moment. Seize it. Step into it with boldness and unwavering faith. Show God you are ready, and He will meet you with grace, power, and blessings beyond your imagination. If you're asking why sleep is impossible tonight, it's because God is disrupting your rest for a sacred purpose. This isn't ordinary insomnia brought on by stress or restlessness. This is divine interruption, a holy stirring meant to wake you up physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It is tuning your soul to a higher frequency, creating space for clarity, surrender, and supernatural alignment. You may feel bursts of heat, rapid thoughts, surging emotion, or even receive vivid dreams and visions. This is spiritual communication. God is bypassing your waking logic to speak to the deeper places within you. This sacred disruption shakes you out of spiritual stagnation, calling you into the fullness of the transformation already underway. It's as if the universe is pressing a divine reset button on your soul. And while it may be exhausting, this sleeplessness is a gift. It keeps you fully present with the process. It opens your heart to meditate on God's promises. It gives you space to invite the Holy Spirit into hidden corners of your life. So don't resist it. Don't fight the tossing and turning. Welcome this holy disturbance. Let it usher you into communion with God. Let it prepare you for the new dawn that's already rising. Because through this unrest, God is preparing you for a breakthrough that will illuminate your path and transform your future. The midnight hour is no ordinary time. It is heaven's hour, and it belongs to those who are awake, alert, and ready to receive. Symptom of stress, but in the realm of the divine, restlessness is a holy summons. It is your soul's alarm clock, ringing loudly because heaven is near. The veil between the spiritual and physical realms is especially thin tonight. You are standing at the threshold of a sacred hour, a moment ripe with eternal opportunity. Within this stillness, spiritual gifts that have long been dormant are being stirred awake. These are not random talents. They are God's tools, entrusted to you to fulfill your divine assignment with boldness and clarity. Throughout history, the greatest spiritual awakenings, miracles, and revelations have taken place in the night. Why? Because when the world sleeps, heaven speaks louder. Distractions fall away, stillness prevails, and in that silence, God's presence is most deeply felt. The midnight hour is not just symbolic, it is spiritual territory, rich with divine activity. Tonight, the atmosphere is charged with possibility. Your heart is open, your spirit is primed, and heaven is leaning in. This is the moment to unlock your spiritual inheritance. Whether it's the gift of healing, prophecy, discernment, wisdom, or supernatural courage, these powers lie within you, waiting to be activated. As you stay spiritually awake, present, and receptive, your gifts will not only awaken but become refined, empowered, and ready to impact the world. You are being positioned as a beacon in darkness, a vessel through which God will bring hope, healing, and breakthrough to others. This is not just about your own deliverance. This is about your divine assignment. Claim your inheritance boldly tonight. Don't tiptoe around it. Step into it with fierce faith, but with such powerful transformation also comes resistance. When faced with profound inner change, our natural response is often to recoil, to push back against the restlessness, to numb the discomfort with sleep or distraction, or to doubt the process entirely. That's because real spiritual change, threatens the identity you've clung to. It feels unfamiliar, and fear tells you that safety lies in the known. But what if resisting this sacred unfolding is the very thing that delays your blessing? Resistance is like trying to swim upstream against the current of God's will. It exhausts your soul, prolongs your transformation, and keeps you trapped in cycles that no longer serve you. Think back to the seasons where you resisted God's. And how long did you stay stuck, circling the same doubts, replaying the same regrets, or waiting endlessly for a breakthrough that seemed out of reach? Resistance keeps you spiritually stagnant. It blocks the flow of divine favor and stalls the miracles waiting just on the other side of surrender. The moment you stop resisting and begin embracing what God is doing, you open the floodgates of grace, healing, and clarity. This isn't easy. Resistance is rooted in fear, uncertainty, and a longing for control. But surrender requires courage. It demands that you trust God's plan, even when it's painful or unfamiliar. When you decide to flow with His timing instead of against it, the weight lifts, the fog clears, and your path becomes radiant with purpose. Resistance may feel like protection, but it only protects you from becoming who you were born to be. Tonight, choose differently. Lean into the work God is doing inside you. Welcome the discomfort. Let it teach you, reshape you, refine you, because this choice, this divine surrender, will accelerate your journey. It will lift you out of spiritual limbo and into supernatural alignment. Restlessness is not an annoyance. It is the language of heaven. It is God knocking, shaking, stirring you awake because something extraordinary is about to be born through you. Don't silence that call. Answer it. Let tonight be the night you stopped resisting and started rising deep into your bones. That weighs heavy on your soul is not a sign of weakness. It is the threshold before empowerment. What you're feeling tonight, the restlessness, the fatigue, the mental chaos, is not random. It's the final pressure before the breakthrough. This is a divine blueprint, orchestrated with precision to prepare you for everything you've been praying for, everything you were born to become. The restlessness you feel tonight is not just a symptom of stress, it holds far greater spiritual significance. It is a divine wake-up call. When God wants to get your attention, He doesn't always whisper. Sometimes He shakes the very foundations of your comfort, forcing your spirit to awaken from spiritual slumber. This restlessness is like an alarm, loud and urgent, calling you to stop drifting and to step into the purpose that's been waiting for you. Imagine a fire alarm in the dead of night, startling, disruptive, but life-saving. That is what tonight's unrest is. A sacred disruption sent to shake you from complacency and draw your soul into awareness. It's calling you not to fear, but to action. Something powerful is happening inside of you, a transformation that demands your full conscious participation. And this is not a random spiritual phenomenon. It's proof that God is intimately involved in your journey. He's not watching from a distance. He is near. He is whispering through the tension, "I am here. I am working. Pay attention." Ignoring this call would be like turning your back on a lifeline. It leads only to delay, frustration, and missed blessings. So instead of resisting the discomfort, lean in, listen, reflect. What is God trying to tell you in this moment? What old identity is He asking you to release? What new vision is He planting in your spirit? The unrest is an invitation, an opening to rise up, shed the limitations that once defined you, and step into the abundant life that has always been yours to claim. But behind the sleepless nights and inner chaos lays a deeper layer. A spiritual battle you may not see, but must not ignore. The enemy does not want you to receive what God is preparing for you. That's why fear, confusion, and emotional heaviness may suddenly descend, trying to smother your fire and steal your peace. This is not just mental fatigue, it's spiritual warfare. It's the clash between your divine destiny and the forces determined to delay it, but recognizing this truth is powerful. You are not powerless, you are not alone, you have weapons, mighty ones. Prayer, faith, the Word of God, and the authority given to you as a child of the Most High. The same power that raised Jesus from the grave lives in you. Tonight's sleeplessness may be the enemy's attempt to wear you down, but it is also God's opportunity to raise you up and train you for victory. Many of God's greatest servants endured intense spiritual battles right before their breakthroughs. Daniel in the lions, then Elijah on Mount Carmel, Jesus in the wilderness. Their darkness was not their defeat, it was the prelude to divine glory. And now it's your turn. Tonight you are called to stand firm, unwavering, to know that every restless moment, every pang of confusion, every spiritual ache is evidence that God is moving on your behalf. Spiritual warfare is always temporary, but it is never meaningless. It is proof that you're on the edge of transformation. The enemy fights hardest when your victory is closest, so don't retreat, don't give in. Fight with faith, speak God's promises, declare your authority, and trust that the outcome is already written. You win. The journey from exhaustion to empowerment is part of God's design. You are being emptied to be filled, broken to be rebuilt stronger, shaken to be rooted deeper. Tonight is not the end, it is the beginning of your rising. Embrace the discomfort, embrace the battle, because when the morning comes, you will not be the same. You will be transformed, empowered, awakened, victorious. Deep in your soul, the exhaustion you feel often signals that old systems, habits, or mindsets are breaking down to make way for a higher level of strength and grace. This isn't just emotional fatigue, it's a divine process, a sacred dismantling orchestrated by God to prepare you for transformation. This blueprint begins with a simple but powerful act: acknowledging your weariness, surrendering it to God, and allowing His power to renew your spirit from the inside out. Imagine a master artist sculpting a statue. At first, the chisel strikes seem harsh, even destructive, but each cut is deliberate, necessary to reveal the masterpiece hidden within the stone. Your exhaustion is that rough phase. The sleepless night is the sound of the chisel and the masterpiece. That's the empowered, radiant version of you God is revealing. This sculpting process, though painful, is sacred. It's God refining, strengthening, and equipping you for a calling greater than anything you've ever walked. In empowerment comes the moment you stop resisting the process and start cooperating with God's work in you. It's not about striving harder, it's about letting go of self-reliance and fully embracing divine strength. This surrender is not weakness, it's the unlocking of power. It allows you to access spiritual gifts, resilience, and wisdom that can transform your life and the lives of those around you. What's happening inside of you is not just personal, it's purposeful. This transformation is a rebirth. It redefines who you are and what you're capable of. Tonight marks a crucial step in that divine blueprint. By leaning into God's strength, instead of your own, you are shifting from drained and defeated to vibrant and victorious. The exhaustion lifts. In its place rises an unstoppable energy, a divine fuel that powers your faith, your focus, and your future. You are not only engaging with God's presence tonight, you are aligning with cosmic forces that shape destiny itself. The universe moves in divine rhythms, sacred cycles, and heavenly timings, all orchestrated by God's perfect wisdom. And tonight holds a rare and powerful alignment, a celestial window where spiritual, cosmic, and earthly energies converge. This moment is pregnant with change. It is divinely designed to accelerate your growth, answer your prayers, and release supernatural favor into your life. When you connect with this moment, when your spirit syncs with the pulse of the heavens, you tap into a flow that transcends human limitation. Think of the ancient wisdom that honored midnight prayers, new moons, solstices, times when the spiritual realm is especially active. Tonight is one of those moments. A divine surge is rising, ready to carry you into the next dimension of your calling. But to align with this energy, you must be intentional. Quiet your mind, open your heart, attune your spirit to what is flowing through your life right now. When you do, you become a conduit for miracles. Your prayers begin to carry weight, your declarations shake the heavens. Your faith activates a supernatural ripple effect. This is not ordinary time. This is divine alignment. This is the hour when the heavens are listening more closely, when the universe is poised to respond, when God is moving faster than you ever imagined. Step into it fully. Let go of fear. Embrace the energy, because tonight everything is shifting and your breakthrough is closer than ever.